this area is kind of welcoming. Why'd I save this for last? Like, you know, Giovanni's area would probably be better to do now, huh? Trust me, there's a reason. Computer checkup. Well, at least you have the same thing. This one's new. It's a screenshot. Like, it's a computer showing more computers. Cool. There's a clock here, but if we look at it, we'll notice something off. It has not 12, but 13 times on it. Kind of odd, but I mean, what are we gonna do about it? Oh yeah, Chief Wolfeye is there. Forgot about that. Much like I forgot about the Studio Grounds husk in Walter's area. Like an idiot. I haven't rendered that video yet. When I go to render it, I think if I do forget to point it out, I'll just put some text over it. Unless I forget to do that too, in which case, laugh at me. At least I've mentioned it multiple times in here. I'm gonna check my notes for that episode real quick. Yeah, it said like make sure to point out the husk sighting on the way to the statues. I don't think I did. Although, like, again, if I did and I'm just like freaking out over nothing, then like, okay. Anyway, is this where you were? Interesting. Some computers. Something new. Silvertech Prime, 1995. A login, username and password prompt. No username entered, and there is a password, but you know, standard as passwords usually are. All the computers in here say the same thing. There's a button here. We can assume that's a progress button. However, you might notice something a little weird about this wall. Cool. And this button? Wow. Our last piece of the puzzle, too. But we're gonna save that for when we finish this. So, let's get back to the grind. Live, laugh, love, the scariest thing in the game. I'm definitely not the first to make that joke. I've heard someone else make that joke, which is kind of why I said it. But, you know, that's what humor is. Nothing surprisingly off, although we can assume that, you know, somewhere here we're probably going to see another fucked up corpse. Probably one representing the aftermath of what was done to Walter's guy. Although we're not finding anything yet. I have a code here, but we can't do anything with it. You can also see a devlog in there. And this is our gate control. Right there on the floor in this very haphazard way. Now. So, hearing that, because of the fixed camera position, if we walk towards the wall here, we can see out of bounds and heading up some. Wow, look at that guy. It's Walter. It's obviously Walter, very recognizable as Walter, but it doesn't look like the Walter we know. In fact, if anything, it kind of resembles a Walter we've seen on that poster. Plus, its lines, of course, it sounds similar to the bullshit impression I was doing of him. and you can kind of make out clips of like some of his lines. Well, I mean, I think that's more. I like his lines in the Legacy version, but still interesting. As for this computer over here, so that's Beaver Scratch, and it translates to 9281. Yeah. So let's put this in. It says Affirmations 1.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna sound like a madman recording one of these things. I just kind of need to feel like I'm talking to someone, even if I'm not. So, yeah. Shit. Where to start? This week hasn't been the greatest. Well, let's say that lightly. No, this week has been horrible. Everything feels like it's just going off the deep end, and I'm just starting to wonder how much I got left. Harley's still in the hospital, and until she's out, I'm sitting in this office. It's big, it's cozy, yet it feels so empty. Not a single soul has entered this room in days, aside from, myself. But, you know what, it doesn't matter. Just remember your affirmations, and you'll be fine.
Yeah. So that's a lore bomb and a half. So that was obviously Mark talking about sitting in an empty office and Harley being in the hospital. Huh. If we remember, Stumbler said her name is Harley at that one point. Like, you see why I was so desperate to show that I used someone else's footage. Yeah. So... What's Stumbler's association with that, though? Like, Stumbler seems to have a heavy association with this. There was hospital beeping heard when we started filming his minigame. And, he straight up said her name is Harley. Which... Huh. Not sure what to think about that, but... That's very interesting information to keep in mind. There's our gate control sign. Did I mention that I didn't see it? I might have, I don't know. But this time we will press it. Yeah. If we try to go back, well, yeah, the thing's shut. That's why we didn't press the button in Giovanni's area. But we're gonna save, and, well, let's take a little bit of a break, because we have this video. But first, did you notice how there weren't any actual threats through any of those? Yet, it felt like we were in danger for almost all of them. Like, the only one that didn't really have that looming sense of danger was probably Olive's, and that's kind of why I did it first. But Giovanni's, everything about it was designed like you're in danger, yet it never did anything. And Walters, we got our first look at what's gonna be, what we're gonna have to deal with, but it didn't come for us yet. Yet, still, the entire time, it felt like we were in danger. That is the beauty of this. Nothing can spawn in any of those. Nothing can come after you at any point, yet you don't feel safe. Like, hell, literally, that one point it randomly played a sound effect, and I just paused and looked at the game. Like, I was like, oh, is something here? I know there's nothing here, but is there something here? You know? God, this game is so good, and I promise, next episode, we will deal with some actual real threats, but I just wanted to get that out there. This game knows how to hold back. Now, let's watch this. Thank you, Prabtuin. Studio Grounds Innovation Labs. Olivia Finch, Gary Wilson, and Nathan Stewart. There are all our names. Gary is Giovanni and Nathan is Walter, if that helps any. So, let's get to know them one by one. Causes of death. God, I have to piss. But I'm almost done going for today, so meh. Alright, starting with our main girl. Olivia Finch was found at the bottom of the lake, right outside the cabins at Broadside Beach's staff quarters. When located, she appeared to be waterlogged. It looked like something out of a horror movie, said Hillary Stocks, her cabin mate. There was a long trail of blood leading all the way from the window of Olivia's cabin to the lake at which she was found. And the scene checks out, because we did see that ourselves. Gary Wilson was found in the Broadside Beach staff kitchen, blood surrounding his face. He was seen with his head in a deep back fryer, with his body slouched over the edge. His back, as well, seemingly was broken in many different areas. Oh boy. And Nathan Stewart was found in the Broadside Animation offices with several large gashes in his face. Something had seemingly grabbed an office chair, jamming it with full force right through the left side of his face, coming all the way through the back of his head. Wow, we got the least info about that, but that was like probably the most brutal one. Like, what the fuck? And gonna pause here. Starling conversion. Starlings are a creature that is, in part, manufactured by Broadside Innovation Labs, found on the Broadside Beach attraction, an island previously known as Nola Terra. A strange mineral was found in what workers called stitch caves, large holes in the island, full of veins and seemingly some kind of strange fleshy substance within the dirt and rock of the island. When researched, this material seemed to possess strange abilities. Every single chunk of the material appeared to have its own pulse. Yeah. Imagine reading that while only being able to see, like, the fucking right side of this. Cause, like, just seeing weird shit. Well, no, more like just the middle of it. Cause, like, just reading this, only being able to see the middle shit, like, fucking full of veins, fucking its own pulse. It's, yeah. I I waited so we had the full picture for a reason, but like just imagine the feeling of like only getting part of it, being like, what? Excuse me? You know? Alright. One combining the material with some kind of living organism, first attempted upon rats, it seemed to cause the subjects to jitter and twitch. When the skin was removed from the rats, the effect was even stronger. New bones, not previously seen on that of a rat, began to form, like plants sprouting from soil. Any creature infused with the material appears to alter and change its skeletal structure to fit whatever condition they are in. Yeah. When the 3 victims emerged, it was in our best interest to fix that before it became a public ordeal. Olive, Giovanni, Walter. Yeah. So, that's fun, isn't it? That's a fun little lore dump we just got given. Oh boy, oh man, that is really cool info. That's cool info we'll do so much with, isn't it? Okay, yeah, it's time to continue, and I told myself like when I was in the planning stages of this walkthrough, I told myself that after I complete the next area, I will message the creator about the creator of this game about like coming on for an episode later and helping with an online mode thing, just showing off it. I'm thinking, since I'm stopping right before, I might go ahead and do that, but I don't know. I'm just kind of getting that thought out there. Worst case, I just end up not doing it, but it'd be really cool to have the creator on for an episode, you know? Just showing off that feature that can only be seen with the creator present. Especially since it seems like whenever I look into it, I find out something new about it. So, anyway, without any further ado, let's head in.